I'm Michael Williamson, and I would like to welcome you to the 1979 Grand Final. And for those of you who barracked for Collingwood, perhaps you'll be saying, oh, golly, we did it again. Well, you certainly did, but it was so darn close, wasn't it? And what a classic it turned out to be. It was all set, it was stage managed, really. Well, it couldn't have been stage managed any better. When you get the two top teams, rivals over so many years, Carlton and Collingwood in a grand final, you expect a capacity crowd, you expect an electrifying atmosphere, you expect a great game. You get all that, particularly in this 1979 grand final. The first half, pretty even, nip and tuck, and it was give and take. And Alex Jazilenko, captain and coach of Carlton, his first time he's had his team into a grand final. What was going to happen? All right, join me, sit back and have a look at the first half of the 1979 grand final, Collingwood versus Carlton at the MCG.
So here we go, the first quarter. Listen to that roar. First quarter of the 1979 grand final. Not a bad bounce from the umpire. Peter Moore tried to get the big tap out, but he couldn't do so. Perth Jones taps the ball out wide. Carlton go forward. It's driven up by Johnston to the Blues half-forward line. McCormack's in front of Brown on this occasion. Oh, Worthington went over there pretty solidly, but the umpire called play on. Picked up by Brown. He shoots the hand pass, but over the head of Fitzpatrick. My gee, this is going to be slippery this afternoon. A free kick being paid, and let's see which way it's going. It's going to Billy Picken, who probably gets more free kicks than any other player playing. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time. Bill, and two 15-metre penalties being applied. So the umpire exerting his control right from the start. Picken's kick, dropping short into the centre of the ground. Morris is there, Clomp's there with him. Picked up by Jazilenko, but it's a free kick again. And once again going to Collingwood, and this time the recipient is Kevin Morris, the former Richmond player. The Brownlow medalist has first touch for him of the afternoon. Edwards and Dool. Picked up by Davis, a bad hand pass though for him. Edwards again gets ridden into the ground. Umpire says dropping the ball. Free kick going to Jeff Southby. It could have been in the back, but umpire Kevin Smith was only a few metres away and had no hesitation in paying it to the Carlton full-back. Jeff Southby to centre field. McClure into the back of Billy Picken, but umpire Bill Douglas says, let's ball it up, gentlemen. And that ball up to take place a little bit inside the centre square. Moore and Jones. Indecisive ruck work. Going over was Anderson, and Anderson to take the free kick. Bidding Collingwood long into attack up towards full forward. Mackay's there for Carlton. The high flyer, David Mackay, shoots out the hand pass to Francis. The Carlton fans roar. Francis is clear. A long kick looking for Johnston, who's on his own. Away he goes with the hand pass. Brown. A snapshot by Brown. Won't quite make the distance. Jazilenko and Fitzpatrick. Wasn't good talking there between the top Blues players. A real stack-up occurs. It's a ball up.
A ball up about 20 metres out from the Carlton goal in their forward pocket position. No scorers yet. And we're at the 2-minute mark of this 1979 grand final. Knocked out by Fitzpatrick. Picked up by Morris. Ball back to Jones now. The big fella gives a good hand pass out. And that's Armstrong booting it up towards the teeth of goals. Up they fly. It's punched out again. A chance for Fitzpatrick. Oh, well intercepted by Wearmouth. Up hand pass out from Agro. And Collingwood get away with another one. And it's Anderson streaking away from Buckley. Anderson drives it long looking for Rene Kink. Can he mark it? He's got the mark. And he quickly plays on. He gets around Clump and boots it up towards the full forward zone. Punched away by Mackay. It comes to the ground. Oh, sliding along the ground is Barham. Look at those players slide as the ball goes out of bounds.
Jeff Southby at full-back, of course. That was where he was named. One of the best in the business, so no sense in taking him away from there. Oh, beautiful kick from Southby under the wet conditions. Look at that, almost into the centre circle. Magnificent kick from Southby. Olsen towards half-forward now for Collingwood. Actually, it's out towards the wing position. It went off the side of his boot. Dool and Edwards. Oh, beautifully done, Bruce Dool. Using the body to perfection. Almost caught with the ball. Great pick-up from Edwards, who fires the hand pass out, looking down there for Barham on the run. Barham collared by Young. Jazilenko in there. Gives it almost to Southby. Back to Young. In comes Rene Kink. Used a bit of weight. Down went Young. In goes the weight. Brewer's in there. Young is out cold. But a fair bump, I thought. Careful, Rene. You're gone, son. You're gone. Very stupid. Absolute stupidity from Kink. Oh, you don't back-check the umpires. You don't back-check the umpires. You'd think he would learn. So a 15-metre penalty.
Back behind play,
Oh, it's
Pete.
down.
It's on behind play because right from the start, Ireland and Keogh were into it, and you see just in the background there, play's now being stopped by umpire Della.
Well, Picken went down, I think, pretty solidly in that lot.
Dill will take that free kick a little short of centre field.
Oh, what an opening to the grand final. Dool, the half forward, looks for McClure. Away he goes from Picken. Oh, it's on again. Keogh, Picken. That's a score in the meantime, but let's get back to this wrestle. By gee, the umpires are really going to have to be on the job here. What an opening.
Anderson there, the wing player for Collingwood down there at half-back. Has an easy run in for the kick, boots it long, looking there for Edwards. He's too good for Dool, and a beautiful mark. I just fancy that Carlton has settled down a bit better than Collingwood.
They have at the moment, Lou, but Collingwood still look dangerous each time they go forward.
There's the kick by Edwards, looking there for Wearmouth. Oh, he's got one on the back. I think he played for that.
He did, but
I think he played for it, but he's got it, little Ronnie Wearmouth. It was their star last week. And he's only about 20 metres out from goal.
Let's say the 10-year advantage in experience made a little difference.
There's the shot behind the goals as Wearmouth comes in to kick.
Well, we'll wait for this shot now. Wearmouth lining them up. We'll see whether they can get it through. The kick. He's put it right through the middle. And Collingwood getting the first goal of the match at the 16-minute mark of the first quarter of the 1979 grand final. 20 minutes gone, and Collingwood at the moment, 1 goal, 7 points to Carlton, 3 points. And there we see getting away from Berners Johnson. He's off like a rocket as he sends the ball over the centre half forward position. Moore's there. He goes for the punch. Shaw backing up. Jazilenko grabs him. He's slugging to the ground. Umpire call play on. Picken goes down. He gives a hand pass to Worth and he fumbles it. His kick is smothered and the ball is out of bounds. There's a box on again over there between Sheldon and Billy Picken, so both sides are at it.
Moore going right on with the business.
And a long kick down towards the half-forward line. Up is Dool in front, and Edwards behind! Oh, great mark. He's taken some screamers in the first quarter, Edwards. And for a wet day, unbelievable. Edwards, right half forward, the former Richmond player. A $100,000 investment from the Magpies. Is it paying off? Punched away from Derek Shaw by Mackay. Brewer's there. And the umpire has decided to ball it up about 35 metres out, directly in front of the Collingwood goal. Almost the identical position that Wearmouth scored their first goal about 5 minutes ago. Knocked down by Fitzpatrick to Buckley. Buckley up towards the centre square area. McClure into the back of his opponent, Billy Picken, who is at half forward, actually. Well down the ground, chasing a kick. And there's no doubt about that. McClure right into his back. And Billy Picken, certainly a fiery character. Here he is, half forward, a little bit short of it. A long kick from Picken. Mackay at the back, fisting it away again. Snapshot for goal by Olsen. Looks good, it's a goal! So Collingwood's second goal coming up at the 22-minute mark of the quarter. And that takes the Magpies to 2 goals, 1, 13, leading Carlton, 3 behinds, 3 points. A little bit short of the half-forward line, perhaps. A long kick needed here. He's gone towards Fitzpatrick. He couldn't take that one, though. He was caught when not in possession. A Collingwood free kick will go to Andrew Ireland. Magro. The Carlton supporters don't like him. Magro short pass out to Ricky Barron. Let's see if the speedster can pick it up now. Away he goes. Oh, beautifully done, Ricky Barron. Gets around Young superbly. In he comes now. He'll fire at the goals, I think. No, he's gone for a pass. Up towards Kink, who's now mud bespattered. Edwards is there. Oh, free kick. He is 30 metres out, directly in front of goal, and will have a chance to bring up Collingwood's third as the clock shows 27 minutes gone in the quarter. In he comes, Edwards, 35 metres out, directly in front. Jones on the mark. He fires. Goal umpire moving across. I think he may have missed it. It's 1 point. Umpire Kevin Smith coming in to bounce the ball to start the term. Moore, a long tap out, picked up by Klomp and tackled solidly. Over goes Edwards, an accidental trip, so no free kick payable there, and the umpire wisely deciding to ball it up. Ball up at Collingwood centre half forward. Moore got high, a free kick to Perce Jones though, for on the shoulder. And Jones to take the free kick at centre half back. He's gone for a short pass, gets it over to Southby, who has to kick it quickly. A high torpedo punt kick looking down there for McClure. Picked up by Trevor Keogh, who's grabbed when not in possession. I would say Keogh's free kick, I think. It's going the other way to Ray Byrne. That's an interesting one. Byrne. Kink. And missed by Kink. McConville tackle. Duel to Jones. Armstrong. And umpire Kevin Smith says it's a push in the back to Dennis Banks. And Banks to take the free kick. Brewer on his own. Brewer about 55 metres out. On a fairly acute angle. Would need to be a very good kick today to score from there. The former Melbourne player. In he comes, the umpire speaking to a couple of players in the goal square. That's Harms and Shaw. Brewer fires. That's not a bad kick. Edwards is behind Duel. Almost took the mark, but it off the hands and through for one behind. Jeff Southby was the ball to kick it out from fullback. Still tempers a little bit frayed as Carlton's ace defender puts the ball back into play. He goes straight up the centre of the ground. Big pack flies and the mark is taken by Olsen. A Carlton reject, if we can use the word. It's not a polite term, but I guess it's applicable. But Olsen certainly making his presence felt here today. He's got one goal on the ball already. Edwards and Duel again, picked up by Davis and steps through. He's put it through.
3 minutes gone and the Magpies lead by 17 points in the second quarter. Jones gets the tap out. There's a go for Armstrong. He threw that away out towards Young. He can't pick it up. They pounce. Look at the mud flying up there. By golly, it's like Saturday night at the dirt track, isn't it, Peter?
Mud track.
Oh, the mud track. It'll be Moore and Jones to go for the knockout. The umpire throws it up. Knocked out by Moore. Barham tries to get it out to Banks. He tries to smother it, but it looks like it could come out to Barham. Kicked off his side of his boot over towards centre half forward. A chance for Klomp. He grabs it on the rebound that time at centre half back. A long kick over to the centre half forward. Byrne goes for the punch. It's successful. The ball out wide. Going after it now is Francis. Anderson's right on his tail. A hand pass over to East. Grabbed McClure, but he recovers beautifully. And he goes back again. Throws the ball away. Down it comes, picked up by Keogh. Over there looking for Fitzpatrick. Jazilenko's got it. And he's well within kicking distance. A chance to kick Carlton's first goal of the match. And that'll come at the 4.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
They certainly need one, don't they?
Well, they certainly need one. He's only about 25 metres out. Not a very difficult angle. You can see the goals there in the background.
The opportunity, Lou, to show real leadership.
Well, he's got to put this one through to lift the team because they're flagging by 17 points. That's off the side of his boot. And they still haven't scored a goal, Carlton, at the 4.5-minute mark. Knocked out by Fitzpatrick the second time. Grabbed by South, but he's caught it. He's dropped it. Finally comes out to Harms. McConville, I should say, was into the hands here of Shaw. A pot shot for goal. It's too wide. Can Brewer mark it with Mackay? No, he really got it. Down it comes to France. He clears the ball away. Back there towards centre half back. There's a go for McClure now. He goes for a kick off the ground very foolishly. Should have picked it up. A hand pass back to Moore. Another one back to Morris, but it's too long. Oh, bad play that time by Armstrong. Shaw knocks it out now to William out. And he's clear. He fires for the goal. Not a good kick. A chance for Barham. There'll be a free kick down the field here, I would say.
Back upfield to
Shaw. Yeah, he was interfered with after he kicked the ball. Is that right, as he had it?
Well, pushing the back, Lou.
Pushing the back. About 50 metres out. This would be a darn good goal if he could kick this one, because this would really lift the side. There we see a player dropping in short. He's found him. It's Andrew Ireland coming right down from that half-back line, and the Carlton defence, or the Carlton forward, left him unguarded. Should have gone all the way down with him that time, and of course he's only about 35 metres out from goal. There we see the free kick coming up there, sitting on his back. I would say it's a free kick to Shaw, and now Andrew Ireland from about 30 metres out. He's put it right through the middle. And Collingwood go to 4 goals, 27 points. The Carlton 6 behinds only, and we're at the 10-minute metre mark.
Picked up eventually by Shaw, but he got tripped for his trouble, and the umpire says it's a free kick to the Collingwood skipper.
Johnson grabbed him by the foot.
That's not really sensible as Shaw goes for a short pass. Moore's on his own, and Collingwood looking better the further the match progresses. Peter Moore's at left half forward, a long way from goal, and a dry day would possibly get the distance, but this fellow isn't a bad kick when he gets onto it. Let's see what he can do this time. Peter Moore, off target for a start. and McConville down there takes the mark. He's got around the boundary line, looking for a pass, successful. Picked up down there for the Blues by Keogh. Keogh to centre wing. Marcoux on the ground too for Carlton. There he is. He's got the white shorts. You can't miss him. Back to Keogh again. Let's see if Carlton can get some forward work or cohesion into their forward line. Is that a mark to Harms? I think so. So already that move seems to be paying off, and Austin coming on also. Let's see who's gone off for Carlton. It looks like McConville. Ball up towards the 10-metre square. McClure couldn't take the mark. Burns soccers it off the ground. Out towards the half-back flank it goes. Ray Shaw and Harms. Harms cleverly. Morris is right there with him though. The Magpies defending desperately. Down towards the full forward zone. That could have almost been kicking in danger. Umpire Bill Della didn't pay a free kick though. Buckley snapshot out over the line. Carlton fans not happy about it. They haven't had too much to be happy about so far today, have they? Edwards flies high. Dool knocks the ball well clear. Good defensive tactics. Here's Olsen again. Tackles hard. Armstrong comes out of it, or in fact almost. I think it's holding the ball, and Russell Olsen will take the free kick. Budgie, he's played well.
My word, he's played. That was a magnificent tackle, Peter.
Against his old side, he'd be very keen to do well. It wasn't such a good pass, but nevertheless it's still picked up by Peter Moore. Gets away from Fitzpatrick. Olsen again. Oh, got a beautiful biff right in the side of the face. Oh, he's out cold.
It's the replay again, Peter, as Olsen takes it.
Oh, Keogh really hit him. Oh, if you don't mind.
Well, you know, I can only assume that Keogh has said, well, I've caught mine.
Oh, dear, oh dear. Well, Russell Olsen, one of Collingwood's prime movers at the moment. He's already kicked one goal and seems to be all over the field.
We're seeing now, Pete, the value, I think, of the rule that says the closest player to it. And I think it's fair enough. If Olsen couldn't take his kick at the moment, it would be against Collingwood.
That's right, so Moore takes it. And what a good kick it was. Mackay flew high. Mark de Brewer! Oh, that's judgment for you, isn't it?
Well, actually, Big Mackay put them all off. He went up about a half an hour before acceptances.
Now, this should be a goal, and it will put Collingwood further in front. Brewer has yet to score one today. He should alter that statistic very shortly. In he comes from 10 metres out, fires, goal! Collingwood go further ahead with that goal to the former Melbourne player, and they're looking good for the grand final at the moment. 5-4, 34 to Carlton. No goal, 6 behind, 6 points, and 17 minutes have gone in the second quarter.
Ball kicked across towards the full forward zone. McClure flying. Punched away again. Chance now for Sheldon to pick it up. Keogh's there. Hand pass coming out to Harms. A goal coming up this time.
They're first at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter.
Carlton have made 1,000 moves to try and get themselves back in the game, and the one that could save them is Harms in the centre. Moore and Fitzpatrick again. Neither can take the mark. It's Armstrong scouting around. He's in a bit of trouble, but he's clear now. Goes for a short pass, looking there for Columbus. Not a good one. Banks to Ireland trying to pick that up. It finally came out to Buckley. He drives the ball over the centre half forward position. Worthington goes for the punch. There's Magro trying to get it out. Still can't get it out. They're all having a bit of a go now. Finally, it's Byrne coming away from that half back line. He decides to go for a bit of a run. He better do something with it. Oh, smothered that time from Worthington. A bad bit of play. Johnson gets it out to McClure. A goal coming up, but he's off target. And he's put it out of bounds.
Magnificent football by Wayne Johnson there, Lou. Worthington had quite a bit of time, and Johnson showed tremendous courage to throw himself on the boot.
Ball out of bounds, right against the point post. Moore getting up high. Buckley smothers the ball. He tries to come out of the pack. He's grabbed. He's collar too high. It'll be a free kick and a chance for Carlton's second goal to come at the 24-minute mark of this second quarter. And Buckley yet to score a goal. Carlton looking a lot better since they put Harms in the centre. Only about 15 metres out from goal. Telling Ricky Barham, or telling the umpire for Ricky Barham to get out the way. He fires, and there's no doubt about that one. It's right through the middle. So it's Carlton going to 2 goals, 7-19 to Collingwood, 5 goals, 6-36, and we're at the 25-minute mark of this second quarter. I would say this would be about a 28 or 29-minute quarter.
As we await the bounce again, Moore to Johnston. Right into that blue pot. Going through is Southby. Armstrong. He goes towards half forward. There's almost a mark to Sheldon. I think he's got it. Yep. Sheldon in front of Magro. Carlton looking a lot better now in the latter stages of the quarter. Sheldon's kick in turn towards the goals. Was that touched? Was it touched? I don't think so. It's a goal, I'd say. It is. rolled through and just made it, didn't it? So Carlton right back into this match. That's what the Blues needed.
Chance for Moore to mark. He's not playing that as we see Morris come out of the pack. A hand pass to Shaw. He's in trouble as he boots the ball back there, but once again it's Carlton in the way, and a good mark taken there by Klopp. He quickly plays on with a short pass.
Looks out
it's
there.
okay, and a mark to Armstrong, and he's off. He goes for another short pass out wide, and there's Fitzpatrick on his own, and Carlton are away now. He better kick it. He gets his kick up there towards the full forward zone. McClure's got the mark. It'll be a goal. Back in business, Carlton. So it's Collingwood, 5 goals, 6, 36 points to Carlton. 4 goals, 7, 31. Only 5 points the difference.
It's little Sheldon. He fires the ball up towards the half-back flank now for the Blues. In comes Klomp. Hot on his opponent, Anderson. It's tunnel ball. A hand pass from him out towards Johnston. Johnston picks it up on the run beautifully in front of Rayburn. A long kick by him up towards McClure again. McCormick's there with him. McClure, soccer tactics from him. Up towards Buckley. He'll pick it up. Will he kick it? Yes, he has. Carlton in front. Oh. What a second quarter.
Well, here we are, half-time in the 1979 grand final. Who's going to win it? Collingwood or Carlton? Well, you know the result, but still, Collingwood supporters are looking at that at half-time and saying, we should be well in front. We are on top. We are going to win. What a second half it turned out to be. Well, the first half was great enough, but I can promise you right now, if you haven't seen this before, the second half is even better. Thrills galore. I tell you something to watch for. Right near the end of the match, when it could have gone either way, the flag for 1979, watch Wayne Harms right up in the forward pocket, up the members' end of the MCG, scoop the ball in, shoot it across to Kenny Sheldon standing in the goal square, a goal to Carlton, and that was the goal that won them the flag. So watch for it. But right now, sit back and be thrilled. The second half of the 1979 grand final, Collingwood versus Carlton.
2 points the difference. We wait now for Worthington to kick the ball back into play. It's a long kick out there towards that half-back line. They're flying. Moore got his hands to it. Picked up by Jones. He loses it. Keogh's there. He goes down. So does Carlson. It finally comes out to Armstrong. This looks pretty dangerous. Picks it up pretty well too. Goes for a pass. Looking there for Harms, and a good mark taken there by Morris. They're on each other now. Jazilenko shifted himself away from Morris. Wasn't doing so well, and of course we know the ability of Harms. Out there towards Edwards. Punched away by Dool. Over to Klomp. Who's had Rene Kinkwell covered. A chance for Moore to mark. They all fly. There's a good mark to McClure. A good mark. Already kicked 1 goal. He was the fellow that put the kick. There's the mark again. What's that? That's a beautiful mark. A very confident one.
I didn't give him a chance in running, Lou.
No, neither did I. I thought he was right out of the picture, but he got it. And now he's only about 25 metres to 30 metres out from goal on a very slight angle. He fires at the goals. And it's not a bad sort of a kick either. And the Blues are 8 points in front at the 2-minute mark of this third quarter of the 1979 grand final. As we said before at half-time, the third quarter, always a vital one, and to get that goal within a matter of 2 or 3 minutes after the start of the quarter lifts the entire side. And of course, Klomp doing pretty well. There's Edwards at the back. Back to Ronnie Wearmouth, has been pretty quiet today. Not a very long kick at all. The umpire calling play on. Morris hurries up to tries a mark. Got one in the head that time too. It'd be a mark there to Davis. Is it Davis? Got a kick in the head, but it was an accident.
They still hurt.
Yeah, accident, it doesn't really matter. He's kicked 1 goal. He's only about, there it is again. You watch this, Morris kicks it over to him. Down he goes. A bit of an accident that time. Yep. It can't be helped. And this is a very important one to Collingwood. The ex-Carlton player, ex-North Melbourne, fires. And it's a goal, so it's a point the difference at the 8-minute mark of the third quarter in the 1979 grand final between Carlton and Collingwood.
Whatever breeze it is, Fabian, is definitely blowing that way, but you can always score at both ends on the MCG.
Worthington, Sheldon, not paid the mark. Yes, he has paid it, umpire Bill Della. I thought it was worthy of the effort. And Kenny Sheldon to take the mark and free kick. Call it what you like. Going to take the kick from there anyway. He's already kicked 1 goal, a little bit further out than David Mackay, so it would need to be a very, very good kick to, in fact, make the distance. Ken Sheldon, Carlton Rover. 50 metres out from goal. Not a good kick from Sheldon, dropping short into the square. Jones, has he got it? Old Perce.
Well, there's no doubt about Percy Jones. He's a marvel. He's been one of the greatest players for Carlton. He's an inspiration. By golly, he lifts the side, doesn't he? If he kicks this goal, they go mad. They pull the house down.
Lou, I reckon there are people that would come just to see Perce.
Jones.
If he misses, they'll still pull the house down too.
15 metres out, comes in and fires at the goals. No doubt about it. Perce, you put it through. So Carlton lead by 8 points in the 79 grand final. Let's check the scores. It's Carlton 7-9-51, Collingwood 6-7-43.
Austin boots it long towards the wing position, punched out by Byrne. 3 Collingwood players there. Oh, bad hand pass. That time by Wearmouth. A wild one knocked away by Klopp. There's a chance now for the ball to be driven up by Carlton over their half-forward line. And a mark taken here by Worthington at centre-half back. Players, not many players down there on the full-forward position for Carlton. Not a soul down there at the moment. A long kick by Worthington. It is a long kick. And Dill goes for the punch. It's successful. Back to Keogh. He's grabbed. He threw it away. It's finally pushed away by Sheldon over towards Ireland. He's clear as he breaks away and boots the ball down towards that half-forward line. It falls short. Punched away beautifully by Fitzpatrick. Morris overran the ball. Carlson comes in. He takes a wide turn. He's away. He fires towards the goals. Up there towards Davis. Got the mark. What a beautiful mark. What a beautiful mark by Davis. This will make it 2 points. And he got it through. He kicked it through that quickly. Well, I was that wrapped in the mark.
Put it right through, no doubt about it. 2 points the difference. Derek Shaw back on the field too. In the ruck, Marcoux. Marcoux for Carlton. Over to teammate Francis. Gets through Morris and also Carlson and fires at the goals. That's going pretty close. That's a goal. What a kick. Well, that's just about goal of the day, isn't it?
Trailing by 8 points. Into the goal square. Moore taps it down. Jazilenko's there, gets it out wide, goes for the boundary line. That's playing it safe. Oh, that was bad play on the part of Davis. There's a chance for Marcoux to get clear. He should let it go, doesn't he, when he put it back into play for. Punched away again by Ireland. There's we see Dill trying to get out. Barham goes after. It's very spongy out there. It's Mackay getting it out to Young. And Carlton are in action again. They get it away. Over to Armstrong. A very handy player indeed. A long hand pass to Sheldon as he taps the ball over to Johnson. Johnson's only got to pick it up and get around his opponent. He's looking there, but Burns in the way. Johnson going after it again. But there's Magro going through like a little tank that time, and the ball is forced out of bounds. That was bad play on the part of Davis down there, Bob.
I don't think he realised that all the Carlton players were behind him, Lou. He, you know, being on the forward line, he probably was prepared to take the risk.
There's Sheldon trying to get out, but the umpire called play. Look at those players piling on top of the ball, right in front of the Carlton goal. You can see it there on the screen in the background, not very far out at all. And the pressure now put on the Collingwood defenders. Carlton 8 points in front. We're 23 minutes into this third quarter. Knocked out by Shaw, punched away by Morris. Back there to Marcoux. He's grabbed. Could be holding the man or just holding the ball.
He dropped it like a hot spot.
A good decision, I thought, Lou.
So did I, Bob.
Free kick to go to Ricky Barham. Down there, a hand pass coming over now. Ball kicked up by Worthington. It looks a bit sore on that leg to me. Out to Dill, and Dill's away from his opponent, Edwards. He'll land this well in the goal square. There's a chance now for Mark McClure. They're all going. At the back of the pack is Byrne, and it's through for 1 point, and Carlton are 9 points in front now. Starting to look a bit better now, Rene King. Just the same, isn't he, Bob?
Well,
he's picked up a couple of kicks in the last moment of play because he's getting in front of Klomp, but Klomp's still putting a lot of pressure on him.
More from behind, couldn't take the mark. Davis is in there also. Southby, always safe in defence for Carlton, goes towards the muddy centre of the ground. They all missed the mark there. Mackay and McCormack. Out towards Fitzpatrick. Away he goes now. Fitzpatrick pretty fast for a big foggo. A long kick up towards McClure, who's got the set and almost took the mark. Sheldon racing into goals and puts it through for the Blues. Ken Sheldon's second goal, and Carlton looking good.
Down they go left and right again. Mackay picks it up. He's clear. A hand pass coming over to Armstrong. Fires for the goals. Falls a bit short, and Billy Pickett and McClure go down again. It's Billy Pickett coming up with the ball. Billy Pickett at full back. 29 minutes gone. And Carlton in front by 15 points at the moment. Umpires found a free kick. It'll go to Carlton. Ricky Barham's not too happy about that. Look at him going crook at the umpire. This gives Young a chance to score a goal because he's only about 35 metres out on the right side for a right footer. Not a bad sort of a kick either. It's coming around beautifully for a goal. Things are not looking too good for the Magpies at the moment. 29.5 minutes gone. And we see Carlton 10 goals, 12, 72 to Collingwood 7-9, 51. A difference of 21 points.
Tap down goes really nobody's way, and the free kick coming out to the Magpies, to Russell Olsen, who copped a very hefty knock earlier in the match. Olsen's long kick up towards half forward. Collingwood badly needing some goals, but the Carlton defence has been pretty firm most of the afternoon. And Banks claiming he was whacked on the head and should get a free kick, but the umpire disagrees. He's the one that counts. As we await the ball up, Fitzpatrick tapped it down. On the shoulder, says the umpire, and a free kick going to Dennis Banks this time, and I guess he's pretty happy about that. Banks would be directly in front of goal and about 45 to 50 metres out, and a goal here would really set the Magpies on the way to recovery. Banks comes in and far. Dear, oh dear. Mistakes galore. That's not Collingwood's day, is it? Well, we'll know in about 30 minutes' time as the ball is picked up by Moore. He tries to go through the pack. Got it over to Kevin Morris. Morris up towards the full forward zone. Jazilenko, soccer tactics from Gezza. Gets the ball out to the mud patch on the centre wing position of the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Brewer, likewise soccer tactics. The ball very close to the boundary line. And it's picked up there by Armstrong, the Carlton ruck rover. In turn towards the centre wing position again. A chance for Johnston, but he couldn't read the play. Keogh up towards half forward. Harms chasing. Out comes Mark McClure. Snaps the ball back at goal. Burns down there for the Magpies. Harms goes straight through him. A chance for McConville. Anderson dives on top of the ball, but it eludes him. Collingwood defending desperately as umpire Bill Duggar comes in and decides to ball it up. 1.5 minutes gone of the final term. A very crowded forward line it is down there. Let's see if he bounces it down or throws it in the air. Once again, Moore and Mackay. I think we'll have another ball up down there too, as they can't get it clear.
Well, you wouldn't want to be out there for any money amongst that mud and amongst all those players going in so desperately at the moment. Up it goes. Knocked out by Moore. Grabbed by Olsen off the side of his boot. Pushed back in out of Buckley trying to get clear. He's out. He fires, but he's kicked it out of bounds, I think. Or maybe 1 point. So they've got a lead of 22 points now, Carlton, and it's going to be very hard for Collingwood to peg them back because both sides very tight. It's been a hard slogging game. That first 10 minutes, I don't think I've seen anything like it in my life.
Fitzpatrick to Armstrong. Good ruck play. Armstrong back and turn towards the centre wing position. Keogh on Ireland, and he got one for his corner. Right on the ear. Trevor Keogh. Looking for Mackay. In front and takes the mark. One of the best aerialists in the VFL, and he'll drive Carlton deep into attack, David Mackay. He's gone for the long kick, looking for McLeod. Pickham! Oh, what a mark! The mark of the grand final. Look at that. What did you think, Lou?
Magnificent mark. And Mark, the ball slippery. You thought it was a dry day. The ball back there to centre-half back for Collingwood. Down it comes now. Magro playing in the centre. Drives it back over the centre position. Dill goes for the punch. There's Fitzpatrick backing up. Well, he's played a great game. A hand pass out to Austin. Having trouble picking it up, but finally picks it up now. Still, at the moment, 21 points in favour of Carlton. The ball out there on the wing. Possessed Barron going for Roman. Can this fella go? Boots it up towards the forward pocket. Jazilenko and Shaw, the two captains. Down goes Jazilenko, and Shaw's there. He's grabbed by the leg. The umpire's found it. But that was a pretty wise move on the part of Jazilenko. He knew if he got away, it had an open run to goal. Now he's got to have a direct shot, Bob.
Well, possibly so, but I don't think Jazilenko realised that the ball was going to be picked up by McConville. Now we see Jazilenko and Shaw right on screen. A beautiful shot as Shaw about to break away. Jazilenko making sure that he doesn't, and I don't think he realised that McConville was coming in.
Waiting on Shaw to have this shot from about 35 metres out, right on the boundary line. Not a bad sort of a kick. It's not coming around enough. And the difference is 20 points now at the 9-minute mark. Collingwood go to 7-11-53. To Carlton 10-13 73.
So 20 points the difference as Jeff Southby prepares to boot the ball back into play. More up high. Anderson pursued by Francis. He fires at the goals. It's run off target though in towards the 10-metre square. Davis snaps for goal. That's coming around. Okay, it might be a goal. No. Yes, it is. Collingwood still in the match. Davis's fourth goal, bringing light to the Magpie heart. In comes little Anderson. Over to Wearmouth. Collingwood still fighting hard. Wearmouth up towards the full forward zone. Oh, great mark brought in by Peter McConville. That was a ripper. In he comes. It'll go around the boundary line. Olsen in the front posse. Fitzpatrick up high. Tried to tap the ball clear. It comes to Ireland. Over to Anderson. To Kink. He lines up the goals. It's sailing goalwards. The difference is 4 points.
Back to the centre, Fitzpatrick and Moore. It comes out to Olsen. He gets the ball back towards Collingwood's half forward. Has a chance, a good mark there to Barham. And Collingwood ready to go into attack. A hand pass down to Magro. Up there towards the full forward zone. Davis there, punched out by Jazilenko, and the ball is out of bounds in the forward pocket position. This crowd. Oh, Jazilenko's hurt his leg. That's bad news. He's limping badly. Don't tell me he's got to go off the ground.
Down towards the half-forward line. Harms tries to pick it up. Buckley gets it out to Harms now. He's pursued by Brewer, but he can't catch him. Harms fires at the goals, but he's off target. It's rolling towards the boundary line, and Harms almost makes ground. He taps it back to Sheldon. It's a goal! Oh, what a goal! If you don't mind, Harms is almost as quick as the kick. That's his third, Sheldon.
26 minutes gone, and still Carlton 10 points in front.
Ireland up towards half forward, and McConville, has he taken the mark? No! Wearmouth got it over to Edwards. The Carlton fans weren't too happy with it. Edwards runs it and fires at the goals, and what's he done with it? I think he's missed. No, it's a goal! The difference is again 4 points. Any team can still win the 79 grand final. Let's check the scores. It's Collingwood 11-11-77 to Carlton 11-15-81.
We just saw it on replay there, Peter, and McConville, you could have paid the mark, but then again, when you're on your own, you should hold those. He should have run it down the hands and into the arms, and McConville definitely should have pulled it in.
Oh, gee, the goal umpire tricked me there when he ran right into the point post. I thought he'd missed that one. However, it's 4 points the difference. Peter Moore taps the ball out, taken away by Harms. He goes towards right half forward for the Blues. The Magpies need the next goal, and if Carlton get it, it'll wrap it up for them, I'd suggest, with 27 minutes gone for the final quarter.
There'll be about 2 or 3 minutes to go, Peter.
Well, not long. Any team can still win it. Moore and Mackay. Picked up by Byrne. And he doesn't get it too far, though. There's Wearmouth falling into the back of Buckley, who gets the kick in over towards the half-forward line. Ireland and Harms. The ball tapped away. Is it a free kick? No, play on, says the umpire. It's scooped out to Armstrong now. Armstrong, quick to get boot to ball, up to Mark McClure. McClure with a chance to wrap the game up. He gave it to Mackay with a bad hand pass, though. Peter Moore and also Brewer in there. Here's Marku. This could wrap it up. He fires. He's missed. 5 points the difference. At the 27.5-minute mark. 5 points the difference. It's 11-16, 82 Carlton, Collingwood 11-11-77.
I tell you what, it's not enough to give a commentator a heart attack. A short pass out to Brewer, and he's been a pretty good player since moved down to that half-back line. Collingwood trying to get it around there. There's a go for Magro. He's going for the mark, but the umpire set a free kick for interference. 28 minutes gone. Is there time for Collingwood to get up? They're 5 points. There's the fire, and Carlton have won the 1979 premiership. The score, the final scores. Carlton 11-16-82. Once again, Collingwood the bridesmaid. 11 goals, 11-77. And there's Alex Jazilenko, and he did a marvellous job today. Well, I don't think he was a great player, but he was inspiration on the ground was the most important thing, plus the fact that he's done such a marvellous job with Carlton, taking the job when no one else, well, they didn't want him to take it, actually. And, of course, there's Percy Jones. They're calling him up, possibly playing his last game. And no doubt one of the greatest personalities that ever played football, whether it's Carlton or Collingwood or Richmond, doesn't matter who you barrack for, you've got to admire him. He is a personality and a half, isn't he?
And, Lou, it's not just his football ability that'll be missed by Carlton. Clubs often, look at players and they think, well, they're really struggling a little bit. But there's Perth giving Jazilenko a dose of champagne, and I'm sure Alex doesn't mind. But everyone at Carlton can justifiably be proud of both of the effort that Alex Jazilenko and his team have really put in. As you said, Lou, they did lead right throughout the year. They were sitting on top of the ladder and justifiably went on with the business and won the premiership.
Well, there we see Alex Jazilenko with a badly bruised, or it could be even broken ankle, I think it is, Bobby, and a very proud man. And when you win the flag, you don't worry about your injuries. You say to yourself, it's all worth it. And of course, Alex Jazilenko has done a marvellous job with Carlton. And I'd say that he'll be their coach for many, many years. That'll make Alex Jazilenko just about a fixture there, because in 2 years he's got them to the grand final and winning the flag.
Well, have a look at the face of Alex Jazilenko, the Carlton captain and coach. You wouldn't find a happier man on grand final day in 1979 than Gezza, a great champion and turned out to be a great coach. However, if you're a Collingwood supporter, you've got to be going, oh no, not again. Another grand final lost by one straight kick. But that's the way things go. And what about that effort of Wayne Harmes I told you about earlier? Whipping that ball in from the boundary, shooting across to Sheldon, Sheldon a goal, and that was it. But how stiff for Collingwood? Well, maybe you could say how lucky were Carlton. Whatever happened, it was a great grand final, and I'm certain that you enjoyed watching it.
No matter how far or how wide I roam, I still call Australia. I still call Australia. I still call Australia home. Let me hear you, everybody. But no matter how far or wide I roam, I still call Australia. I still call Australia. I still call Australia home.
And now we welcome you to the 1980 Grand Final. And if you're a Collingwood supporter, you will never, ever forget this one. That's bad grammar, I know, never, ever, but it emphasises the feeling of Collingwood supporters about the 1980 Grand Final. Their opponents on this occasion were Richmond. And right from the first bounce, Richmond got on top, and they never really looked like losing the 1980 flag. Let's have a look right now at the first half and watch Kevin Bartlett, number 29 of Richmond. Boy, did he have a picnic on that final Saturday in September at the MCG 1980.
First quarter of the 1980 Grand Final between Collingwood and Richmond. And listen to that roar. Bounce of the ball favours Lee. Neither Moore nor Lee got an effective tap out. Wearmouth tackled very solidly. Over goes Wiley. And Robert Wiley will come out of it with the first free kick, it would appear, for Richmond. Now it's not going his way. It's going to Jeff Rains, the first free kick. And a long kick by Rains down towards centre half forward. Peter Moore, direct grab. Moore at centre half back. Ireland taking the hand pass well. Collingwood go into attack, but only just up over the centre line. And there's Craig Stewart starting off in fine fashion again. Dacos, short pass towards right half forward, looking for Young in front of Burke. And Burke lining up on the forward line too. I thought he may have gone back to defence, but he has lined up on the forward line. On the back line, there he is. Kick by Young. Off target, one behind. First score of the match. Coming up at the 1 minute mark of the quarter.
The back is done. The ball pushed out there to Welsh. He's grabbed. He gets clear. That's his strength for you. Takes the ball away from that half-back line. Back it goes to Jess. Outmaneuvered, picking on. Magno's grabbed him around the neck. It'll be a 15-metre penalty. There's a man loose down there. He's found him, Jess. It's a good pass, and Waitman's got the mark. He'll run to an open goal and fire. That's good. That is good. That's the first goal of the Tigers at the 5-minute mark.
That was Magro's man too, Lou.
Yes, that's right. Philly's playing the part of Magro. Knocked out by Lee. Pushed away again to Cast. The hand pass to Shaw. He's in a bit of trouble, but breaks clear. Boots the ball back towards Stewart, and Mount Stewart at the back. Couldn't grab that one. It's on the ground. There's Wearmouth trying to crash out of the pack. Finally, it's Rains swooping on the ball beautifully as he shoots it across towards the centre of the ground. And Welsh cops on that time. He goes down. Rene King getting through the pack. The incredible Hops got it out to Barham. And the racehorse is trying to break clear. Back it goes, but towards Dacos. He's in trouble here as he gets a hand pass back to Magro, but the umpire says play on. A long kick Davis. Punched away again by the Richmond defence, but the umpire's found a free kick to Davis, and he's got a chance to score Collingwood's first goal. He's only about 3 or 4 metres out directly in front. Strawn infringed that time, the Richmond fullback. Davis shouldn't miss this one. And he hasn't. It's a goal. So Collingwood hit the front. 1 goal, 2, 8 points. To Richmond, 1 goal, 1, 7 points.
Lee, the high flyer, couldn't take it. Kink. Oh, the ground must be a little bit slippery. Must have been watered. Pickens high kick towards centre half forward. Francis Burke. And taking another safe mark.
9 minutes gone and scores a dead level in this first quarter. The 1980 Grand Finals. We wait now for Francis Burke to get the ball out there towards that half-forward flank position. There's Cloak coming in, trying to judge the bounce, but couldn't pick it up. Finally picked up by Pickens. It's a bad kick, and Welsh takes an easy mark. It'll be a 15-metre penalty now. Welsh has got the mark out there at half-forward, about 50 metres out from goal. He's got the job of minding Ricky Barham. There's McCormick watching Roach very closely. Beautiful mark for Roach. Outmanoeuvred him completely.
Too tall, Lou.
A beautiful mark from behind that time. He's right on the edge of the kick-off mark, and a chance to score a goal here for Richmond. And Roach is yet to score his first goal for the club. Welsh has got the job of minding Barham, and there could be a bit of could be a little bit suspect with that fire. The kick is okay. It's another goal to Richmond, so they go to 2 goals, 2-14. To Collingwood, 1 goal, 2-8 points. And we're just on the 10-minute mark. 6 points the difference in favour of the Tigers. And they've been on top of the league ladder for most of the year. The Collingwood side are the underdogs at the moment. Knocked out by Olsen. Weirmouth on the boundary. Got one on the back. You'll get a free kick for sure. No doubt about that. Pushed him fair square in the back. And Weirmouth has a chance to score a goal, but it's a very difficult shot.
He'll give himself plenty of room, Lou, and maybe run around at the last moment.
Well, at least he's got one thing in his advantage. He's on the right side for a right footer. That's what he's done, as Bobby Skilton advised. And he's put it right through the middle.
Weirmouth's first goal for Collingwood, their second. And let's check the scores. We see 2-2-14 to Richmond. Collingwood also the same score.
Back it goes again. Knocked out by Stewart. A beautiful knockout. Rene King trying to burst through the pack, but this is Wood coming out at centre half back. The ball back towards Richmond's centre half forward position. Picked up by Waitman out to Bartlett on his gun. He looks dangerous, and he hooks the ball out wide. He's gone for a short pass to Jess. And Jess has played on foolishly that time. Put Welsh under pressure, but he gets away nicely from Magro. The ball up there towards the full forward position. There's Roach at the back. The ball pushed out by Moore. Scooped away again by Morris, and the ball is out of bounds about 30 metres around from the Richmond goal. Collingwood at the moment 2-3-15 to Richmond 2-2-14. 16 minutes gone of the first quarter. Lee got a knockout, but not a good one. It's finally pushed out to Bartlett. This looks dangerous on the boundary line. A goal coming up. It's a goal.
Henry does it again.
Beautiful goal for Bartlett. He's giving the victory sign as he runs past there with the fist in the air. 17 minutes gone, and Richmond go to the front now. They're in front by 5 points. Knocked out by Lees, dominating those bounces or those ball-ups at the moment. Oh, beautiful play by Wood. Back it goes to Kane. A long shot for goal. It's not a bad sort of a kick either. Goal. It's a goal. So at the 20-minute mark, the Tigers now 4 goals, 3. 27 points. To Collingwood, 2 goals, 4-16. Peter Moore against Cloak this time. Both manoeuvring for position. Now it's Moore breaking away from the pack, and can this big fella go? As the ball is shot back towards the centre of the ground, but where are the Collingwood players? That's Raines out there in his own, not a player within Kiwi to try and tackle him there, so he's got the ball very easily out there at centre half back. Out towards Jimmy Jess, and jumping Jimmy gives a hand pass over now. And Strawn sends them back over their half-forward line. Punched away from Morris by Bartlett. Again by Waitman. The team backing up. Oh, bounced the wrong way for Bartlett. Now Morris taps it out looking for Dacos. Dacos picks it up very stylishly. The ball over now to Shaw. The Collingwood skipper drives the ball back there looking for Weirmouth. Punched away by Malthouse. Back it goes to Jess. There's plenty of Tigers here at the moment. That's a hand pass back to Mount. He manoeuvres well and finally gets another hand pass. We see the ball driven back towards Richmond's half-forward line by Strawn. And they missed it by that time. Picked up by Wiley. A long shot up there towards Cloak, and Cloak's got it. They're looking pretty strong at the moment, Richmond.
He's too big and too strong for Ireland, Lou.
Well, and you could say the same down there for Roach against McCormack, because both these fellas have the ability to outmaneuver their smaller opponents. So there's a chance for a goal here. Let's see the shot. 1 point.
Morris, short to Dacos. Dacos at centre half back. Collingwood a little bit nonplussed at the moment. The Richmond onslaught has certainly caught them off guard. Long kick by Dacos. Strawn at the back. Not clear. Davis. Scouting well to Wearmouth. Has to get rid of it. Francis Burke right on his hammer. And well severed. Burke's almost got him though. Well played. The old fella didn't give up. Davis almost caught. Gets around 2 Richmond opponents and fires at the goals. It's certainly worthy of one. Kinks in the square. Touch through. One behind to Collingwood when they need a goal. So the scores 4-4 to 2-5, 28 plays 17. That's a difference of 11 points here at the 1980 Grand Final. And wherever you're watching throughout Australia, throughout the world, we hope you're enjoying it. Francis Burke now from fullback. One of the most experienced players in VFL ranks and probably the oldest on the field without looking at the stats. Craig Stewart. Low. Couldn't take the ball. Getting out of it almost was Wood. Over towards Rawlings, but it was conceived as a throw by the umpire, and that will mean a free kick going Collingwood's way, plus a 15-metre penalty to be taken by Ray Shaw. And Shaw within kicking distance. He'd be about 45 metres out from goal and almost directly in front. Hasn't scored a goal so far today for the Magpies. The goals having been kicked by Wearmouth and Davis. Ray Shaw. Very important kick for the Magpies. In he comes. Wait for the goal umpire. Hit the post again. That's 2. 2 posters to Collingwood, so luck not on the side of the Magpies today.
Both to Ray Shaw too, Peter.
Wood at the back of the pack there. Neither Wood could mark at that time. It comes down to Rawlings. A hand pass back to Range. In a bit of trouble. Nearly holding the ball. It's knocked out to Rawlings again. Spins out of the pack. And that's a bit of luck there as we see Kane get it over to Wood again. Richmond combining well. Out the little Waitman on his own. And now he's got a chance to go for a run and drive this well up there towards Roach. Roach, that's Cloak down there with Ireland. He's got the mark. He's played on his side. He's missed it. Oh, golly, he should have gone back for a kick. Oh, what a chance. What an opportunity by Cloak wasted that time.
He's missed 2 from the same distance out, Lou.
Well, Cloak finally forced that down to Jess. He's doing a great job on Billy Pickett as we see Kane send the ball back looking for Roach again. He's got it. What a great mark. Well, I think we'll have to do something about that. He's certainly got the drop on McKenzie. He's going for goal number 2 now. McCormack, I should say. Well, he's only on the edge of the... What's this knockout that time by Moore? Well, actually,
Cloak actually bringing the ball down. And as you said, Lou, Jimmy Jess is doing a great job against Pickens so far. Obviously, the tactics for Jess are to run around as we watch the greater height of Michael Roach come right over the top. Right now, he's lining them up.
And has put it through for another one to Richmond. And they take their total to 5-5, 35, leading Collingwood 2-6, 18. Still in Richmond's attacking zone, though. They look the better side so far, but there's a long way to go.
Magpies looking a bit tired to me. I don't know what you think, Bob.
I think they're not working hard enough, Lou, that's for sure. You know, Renee King, for example, in the ruck is just waiting for the ball, ruck rover, waiting for the ball to come to him.
Strawn tries to get it to a teammate, eventually goes to Francis Burke, and Strawn gets it back again. Tries a short pass in towards the centre wing position. Jeff Rains is there. He's a speedy character, and there's no one within 10 metres. Tries a short pass up towards centre half forward. Not a well-directed one, but it does find Robert Wiley eventually, who fires at the goals. Wait for the goal umpire. That's a miraculous kick from Wiley. Full points. What a goal. Great goal from Robert Wiley. It's going to be Peter Moore on left of screen, Mark Lee on right of screen to contest the first bounce of the second quarter of the 1980 Grand Final as umpire Robinson bounces the ball. Magnificent bounce too, but it does favour Lee. Moore gets a slight advantage. Collingwood through Stewart's hand pass, go forward. A chance for Craig Davis. The ball doesn't bounce too well for him. Well played, Michael Malthouse. He's been a very good Richmond defender so far, and so is this guy, Jimmy Jess. Not that he's playing in defence at the moment, but that kick puts Richmond up towards their attacking zone. Bartlett's down there, streams past the ball, actually. McCormack, well shepherded by Ireland, tries a short pass up towards the flank it is, and there's Jess again, shaping up as the best man on the ground. Jimmy Jess, who had some off games during the year, but then again, didn't everybody? He's certainly producing his best today, and he likes to kick the ball a long way. That's no exception. Roach behind, has the grab. No mark made by the umpire. Very strange. Roach certainly looking for it, and the Richmond crowd were too. But umpire Bill Dale says no, sir, and that will necessitate a ball up in the goal square. You make up your own minds. Very, very close. He did seem to have 2 grabs on that for mine. Back live, another ball up will take place, or will it be a free kick to Collingwood? It's going to be a free kick down there in the back pocket against the goals to be taken by Collingwood's vice-captain. That's Kevin Morris, and Morris will come out the grandstand side. Looking for Carlton. Wood's too tall. Brian Wood, very experienced campaigner for Richmond, much too tall for Lee Carlton on that occasion. And Wood almost within kicking distance.
This bloke's played a fair game too in the first quarter, Peter.
I like Jess though, Lou.
Oh, Jess has a great game. I'm just saying he's been a very handy player, Wood too, number 16.
Yes, he's on top of Carlton at the moment. I'd agree with you there. Can't kick it as far as Jimmy Jess. Into the goal square. Cloak! What a mark! Oh, that would be close to mark of the day. We were questioning his match fitness before the game got underway. I think he's answered the questions. Well, let's see if he can make amends here. He's missed 2 from the same distance out at the other end of the first quarter. David Cloak, 12 metres out from goal. Let's see how that one is. That's 4 points. 1 goal to Richmond, and that's their 7th. The Tigers now, 7 goals, 5. That's a total of 47 points. Collingwood 2-6-18 as we watch the mark on replay. Cloak from behind.
I think very little needs to be said about that mark, Peter. It was all David Cloak.
What a great grab that was.
Up it goes again. That time Moore got it out, looking there for Dacos. He overruns the ball. The ball comes back here now to Davis. Out to Dacos again at half forward. Down there looking for Lowe. Lowe comes across, but there's Malthouse in the way. That Richmond defence is certainly standing up very well under pressure. They've played very well, Malthouse, Burke, and they're combining well down there in that back pocket. Malthouse out there now, and we see a mark to Mount. Mount out there on the half-back line, decides to play on, kick the ball back there looking for Jess. This time it's Byrne at the back, couldn't hold the mark. Gets into a bit of trouble, a wild hand pass. There's Welsh crashing his way through the pack. He's pulled to the ground. Umpire call play on. Ball knocked out there from Waitman over to Rawlings. Back it goes now, a chance for Kane to have a shot for goal. That's good, that's goal number 2 to Kane. They're running one over the top of the Magpies. There's a box on at the moment. Dacos is in the thick of things there with Welsh and Picken and Billy Picken. I think Collingwood don't want to worry about fighting. See Rawlings taking Welsh out of the way and the umpire coming across Robinson to talk to him.
Collingwood have got to try something. 8-5 plays 2-6, 53-18. Richmond heading towards a flag.
Well, it certainly looks that way, but there's a long way to go yet. You never know what the Magpies can pull out of the bag because they are a very fit side, but they're not looking that way at the moment. Set a bounce. Lee against Moore again. That time it's Lee with a hefty one and Jess again. The Tigers full of power. The ball knocked away by Waitman. Rawlings couldn't pick it up. It's finally picked up by Collingwood's Olsen. Back over the centre position. The pack set themselves. Punched away by Strawn. And again by Jess. By God, they're playing with confidence as Big Lee takes the ball away. Goes for a pass. Looking out there for Bartlett. He's a mile away from Morris. He grabs it on the boundary line. Has a snap for goal. Right across the face. A chance now for Cloak. But I think it's over the line.
How long will he go? I think he'll be back next year. I guess all Richmond supporters will be hoping that. Francis Burke wide towards the flank. Barham. It's about his first touch of the day too. Maybe his second. Barham tries a pass. Not too well directed towards Picken. Shaw eventually picks it up. Is he off target? Wait for the goal umpire. Now it's a goal. A badly needed one too for the Magpies. And that's Shaw's first goal. Collingwood now 3 goals, 7-25. Richmond 8-5, 53. Lee and Moore. Ray Shaw. Short out of the pack. Malthouse. Malthouse, he's played very well today, so too is the whole Richmond side. But Malthouse and Jess, in my opinion, have certainly shone out with Mark Lee, who got a nudge out there and will get a free kick. He's certainly taking the points off Peter Moore. That was the most vital duel of the whole match. Good long kick. Bartlett on his own. Oh, and a 15-metre penalty. Magro jumping right into him. And umpire Bill Dale right on the spot. Good umpiring, foolish tactics by Magro.
And about that, Peter, a bad mistake by Magro that time.
Also with the second goal at Magro's cost Collingwood, because Waitman got one before when Magro decided to rough up Jimmy Jess. And then Waitman broke away while Jess was worrying about the fight, while his opponent was. That's a goal. Bartlett has now kicked his second goal, and Richmond go further ahead. And the scores, 1980 grand final, Richmond 9 goals, 5, 59, Collingwood 3-7, 25.
Ball back across over towards that half-forward line. McCormick in front, couldn't hold the mark. Wilno spins out of the pack pretty well, gets a hurried kick back there towards Dacos. Dacos, oh, beautiful block, he's in trouble there. He goes for a hand pass. Olsen spins away nicely, down he goes, it's a bad one. And this gives Smith the lead and he wants out. It goes to Bartlett, he's got it. And have a look at the latitude that Morris is giving him. Fair dinkum, he's giving him 14-yard start.
At least.
Unbelievable.
It was playing him from in front, Lou, and you must have Bartlett in your sights at all times.
You've got to stand right next to him, really get into his boots. And a chance for Bartlett's third goal from about 40 metres out. The shot. Not a bad sort of a kick for the little champ either. A goal. 15 and a half minutes gone, and the Tigers are looking $1 million.
Wilno. Stewart's in there for Collingwood. Gives it to Olsen. Wilno again. Just gets clear of Mervyn Kane. Collingwood doing it the hard way. On the shoulder, says the umpire. And it will be a free kick to Collingwood to be taken by, will be Picken, is it? Yes. Picken at left half forward. Let's watch the free and replay. Wilno's hand pass. Picken a little bit too low down. Malthouse tackling high. Picken's free kick. He hasn't kicked a goal. Only 3 Collingwood players have. Shaw, Davis and Wearmouth at the 17-minute mark of the second quarter. Picken a defender. So shooting for goal wouldn't be something that he does every day. Lead being made by Ian Lowe, but ignored. Picken will go for the long kick, or as long as he can kick it. It does drop short, maybe predictably. Wait for the goal umpire's decision, and it is one behind. Well, that was on the cards. A shocking kick by Picken. It does not look as though it will be Collingwood's done. 66 to 27, so 39 points the difference. Francis Burt to come around the member stand side. Lee in front of Byrne. Knock on by Carlton. Picked up well down there for the Magpies. Hit the post. Good shot by Davis. Just didn't quite make it. He's already kicked 1 goal. Would have been his second. So that's 3 posters to Collingwood, 2 to Shaw and 1 to Davis.
Ball kicked back there towards Richmond centre half forward position. A bit of a struggle going on as Cloak kicks the ball on the ground. There's a go now for Roach. His grab goes for it off the ground, but it's through for 1 point by Roach. So it's
Magro and Bartlett having a little bit of an argument.
Well, Stan will give him something for his corner, but it's silly play to do that because he'll give 3 kicks away, and of course that'll give Bartlett really a bit of a box on now. Well, it's silly play because I'm quite sure that Bartlett doesn't want to be in anything that's going to be silly because he's doing so well. And
well, Bartlett did the sensible thing. He just pointed to the scoreboard.
That's right. And have a look at the scoreboard. It's 11 goals, 10-76. Richmond to Collingwood, 3-10-28. So the laughs on Stan Magro and Collingwood. Umpire Robertson having a talk to Bartlett. That amazes you, really, because mostly forwards are trying to get away from their backman, Bob, aren't they?
Well, I think he was, but Magro gave him 1 to go on with, Lou.
Ball driven out towards the half-back line. Welsh from behind, couldn't take the mark. Comes down towards Kink, who can get pretty casual about a game, and he seems to have done that in this quarter. Mount driving the ball back whence it came. Byrne, good mark over Wiley. Well, maybe that little dust-up on the goal square might be what Collingwood needed. They certainly need something. They're going to start playing. Now is the time. They've got 2 quarters left to win a premiership, and they're looking down the barrel at the moment, even in the latter stages of the second term. Pickens kick towards right half-forward flank. Olsen in trouble. Grabbed by Waitman. Out towards Moore, who's been very quiet, especially this quarter. A chance now. Strawn. Back to Stewart. Olsen's on the bottom. Out to Mount again. Mount short towards the centre wing position. Well past Lee. And over the boundary line for a throw-in, just adjacent to the players' interchange area. That's the only bit of fire we've seen in Collingwood this quarter. And Magro tried to rough up Bartlett. And that is pure frustration. Moore and Lee. Lee over the top. Down to Waitman. Picked up by Ray Byrne. Byrne's high kick towards the right half-forward flank again. Picken looking for the sit. Can't take the mark. Malthouse grabbed. We're not in possession. I would reckon would get a free kick. and that is just the way the umpire saw it too. Michael Malthouse on the left half-back flank, playing very well for Richmond today. In fact, the whole side is combined as such. Almost a grab to Woolnough, hands to Rains, to Jimmy Jess. He can kick it a country mile, as I said. A long kick by Jess, sailing goal. It's hit the post, I think. So Richmond having the same luck as Collingwood in shooting for goal, although they've had many more opportunities. And the scores now. Collingwood stagnating on 3 goals, 10-28. Richmond 11-11-77. Ball back towards centre field. King from behind. Takes mark number 2 for the quarter. Plays on directly, looking for Woolnough, who's certainly livened up one wing since he came on to replace the Ricky Barham. Grabbed him by the hair.
Well, I reckon it was good play in the part of Ross that time because he was away for sure.
He was up and running, Lou, for sure, yes. It stopped him. That's all Welsh was trying to do.
Welsh did a good job as we see Woolnough drop the ball up there towards the full forward zone, off the top of the pack. Too many Richmond defenders there as Dunn goes for a long hand pass out there to Wood. Another one coming back to Francis Burke, and this is they're combining very well as the ball comes out towards the boundary line. It's out of bounds on the centre wing position. Ball comes out now to Shaw. He goes down. Out to Carlton, a hand pass back into Davis. A chance for Collingwood to go into attack. He decides to go for a bit of a run. A hand pass over to Billy Picken. He's got to straighten up and fire. And he's put it through for a goal. And a badly needed one by the Magpies.
At half-time in the 1980 grand final, even the most devout Collingwood fan could not see them winning. Really. Oh, well, maybe there may have been 1 or 2 at the MCG and watching throughout Australia on television. But really, describing it, I honestly could not see how Collingwood were going to get out of it. But I'll give them this in. They fought every inch of the way. But Richmond, on top, went right on with the job in the second half. And just have a look at how they did it.
The third quarter now as umpire Bill Della prepares to bounce the ball. The 1980 grand final between Richmond and Collingwood. Mark Lee getting 2 hands to it. Peter Moore tries to knock it further afield. Intercepting was Brian Wood. Short towards the centre. Young couldn't take the mark. Or just tried a fresh air shot that time. Not successful. Free kick going Collingwood's way. David Young. Quiet player in the first half. Then again he had 17 mates that we could apply the same criticism to. Craig Davis picked up by Wiley. Wiley short towards centre field again. Moore and Lee. Olsen chasing. Hand pass as well to Young. Not a good hand pass in turn from him. Put Peter Moore under all sorts of trouble down there at half forward. Morris goes in solidly and has given away a free kick for a push in the back. Richmond player in trouble is Wiley. Didn't see what happened to him. Obviously got a fairly solid knock. And he's not too good, Robert Wiley, actually, as the ball is driven out towards the centre wing position. Knocked away by Rowlings from Woolnough, but Woolnough recovers well. Malthouse couldn't quite make ground. Burke comes in to lend assistance. Craig Davis, right on the boundary line, picks it up well, in towards full forward. No mark to Emmett Dunn. And driven out of the danger zone by Straw, who gets it back towards centre wing. And a mark taken there by Magro on top of Bartlett. Magro's kick back towards half forward. Kane. Bad kick by Kane off the side of the boot. Waitman cleverly knocks it on up towards half forward. Stewart comes out for the Magpies. Playing well, certainly not their worst player is Craig Stewart. Gets it down towards left half forward. Francis Burke coming out there for the Tigers, always plays well. Goes towards the boundary line of the right half forward flank. Will it beat Waitman? No, kept it in play. Well played, Dale Waitman. But Burns there. Burns hand pass to Woolnough and Collingwood go forward now.
And it's Moore driving the ball back towards their half forward line. Ball pushed to the ground, grabbed by Francis Burke again. Back towards Rains. He's played a great game in the centre for Richmond. They've had many good players. A long hand pass looking for Wood. Carlson's right on his tail. Wood knocks it back smarter to Rains. Rains is grabbed by Dacos. He's clear now. Gets the kick up there towards Roach. Roach coming out in front. He couldn't hold the mark. Nearly got it on the second grab. Picked up by Stan Magro. A beautiful pass out there to Carlson. Carlson out there at half-back. Goes for a long kick up towards Rene King. Couldn't hold the mark. Knocked away by Smith. He stuck with him like a mustard plaster. Back to Kane. And the ball out towards Richmond's half-forward line. And a good mark taken there by Woolnough. He hasn't played a bad game since coming on the ground. I spoke too soon. Over to Ronnie William. Ducked his head, lost the ball. This allows Welsh to chip in there. At centre half-forward. Go up there towards Clayton. He's got the ball. That was a bad hand pass by Woolnough that time and gave Richmond the break they needed. Well, he's only about, let's see, no more than about 20 metres out from goal directly in front. He's kicked badly. He's kicked 1 goal, 4. Couldn't miss this one, David Cloak, and this will make it worse for Collingwood if he's successful. And that's what he is. So it's 12 goals for 11. 83 points, Richmond to Collingwood, 4 goals, 10-34. There's Cloak on screen.
But done behind, too tall for Carlton. Gets it to the turf. Terry Smith backing up well. Bartlett. Showing Stan Magro a clean pair of heels. That's how it's done. Long kick by Bartlett. Looking for Roach. Roach has got the mark. Well, Kevin Bartlett, how do you keep him down? Roach has kicked 2 goals. He's right on the boundary line. Umpire Ian Robinson telling him where the mark will be. As I said, right on the boundary line, adjacent to the small scoreboard. Wouldn't be seeing too much daylight between the goalposts there, but he's not too far out. Michael Roach, the league's leading goal kicker for season 1980, has made a mess of that one and put it through for only 1 behind. Richmond go further ahead by that margin.
Collingwood really struggling at the moment. And at the moment, their game hasn't improved 1 iota from the first half. Knocked out by Lee again. Rawlings will go for a hand pass over to Wiley. Bounced right, he's running to an open goal and fires. This looks bad for Collingwood. It's through for another one. It's goal number 2 to 1. Ball comes down to the little Waitman. A quick hand pass out to Mulder. Ran it to top of it, got it back to Waitman. They've backed up beautifully today, that defence down there for Richmond. And once again, it's Mervyn Kane. Well, you could pick plenty of good players for the Tigers, and there's a nice mark as he outmanoeuvred Burn that time. Wiley to go clear and shoot the ball up there towards Cloak. Cloak's in the position, couldn't hold them up. There's another goal coming up to Cloak now. No worries about that. That's goal number 3 to Cloak.
Just over 8 minutes gone in the third quarter. 96 points to 35. It does look as though a Richmond premiership coming up for the first time since 1974. As umpire Robinson bounces the ball again. Lee under it. Backhands it. Welsh. Tigers into attack again towards half forward over the head of Bartlett. Byrne backing up for Collingwood. Knocked ahead by Wiley. Cloak again. Pounces on it very quickly. Into the goal square. McCormack. Oh, should have taken the mark. Gets out of danger though. Just. Wiley again on the boundary line. Certainly Wiley by name and also by nature. Brian Wood. Clever hand pass. Wiley back to Wood. Wood getting around 3 Collingwood opponents up towards full forward. McCormack knocks it down. Bartlett goes over. Stewart to McCormack. Byrne. Byrne at half-back. Looks for Kevin Morris, the Collingwood vice-captain. Morris with a long kick. Kink underneath it. Over the top was Mount. He's got a good leap, hasn't he? Tony Shaw. The Magpies go forward. That's a rarity in this match. Craig Davis. Oh, Emmett Dunn flattened him.
Shaw goes for a pass out wide to Rene King. And the crowd start to give him the ironical cheers as he takes the mark. A hand pass coming over there to Woolno on his own. Goes for a long kick, looking up there towards Billy Picken, and Mount going for Picken goes out. The umpire's going to pay the free kick. I think Billy Picken may have staged that one.
You think?
Could get the Oscar for it. Could be an Academy Award to Billy Picken. But he certainly hasn't had a very good day. He's been shifted from centre-half back down to the forward line.
We'll watch it on replay, Lou, and just see how we see it. I think Mount did touch him anyway, Peter.
Billy Picken coming in for the shot. And that's Billy Picken's first goal, and Collingwood, the second goal, I should say, and Collingwood go to 5 goals, 12-42, to Richmond 14-13-97.
Francis Burke at the 16-minute mark of the third quarter, putting ball back into play. Brian Wood, good grab. Wood at left half-back, and he has played a good game today, Brian Wood. Seldom puts in a bad performance. Looking for Cloak. Cloak takes the mark. Play on, says umpire Bill Della. Cloak does just that. The big fella gets in the top gear and away he goes. A long shot at goal from the big Richmond forward. That looks a pretty good sort of a kick to me. Another one to the Tigers, and they go further ahead. 4 goals to David Cloak. 4 goals to Cloak, 4 goals to Bartlett, 2 to Kane, 2 to Roach, 2 to Wiley. How far Richmond?
As the ball is kicked wide out there towards the wing position, coming over to meet it nicely is Woolno. Down goes Young from Jess. The ball kicked back there towards Morris. But there we see Dunn in the front position, coming out of the pack as kick. He's grabbed, but he breaks clear. Hooks the ball back there looking for Barham. That might be Francis Birchmark. I think he's going to give it to Barham. Yep. Well, Francis not too happy about that, but I reckon it was a bit of doubt, Bob.
I don't think so, Lou.
No,
We'll watch on replay anyway as Renee King puts a very educated kick-off tournament. And now we'll have a close look as the video just shows us.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I reckon Francis Burke nearly grabbed that mark. I'm not kidding on that. And Barnes put it through for Collingwood 6 goal. By golly, I reckon that was pretty close.
He's hit the post, Lou.
He's hit the post. Well, I was watching that. He's hit the post. Golly. Malthouse goes for a one-hander, gets the ball out towards Kane. Kane back towards Whiteman. It's a bit long for Whiteman, but he picks it up because it bounces okay. Another long hand pass to Lee. And Lee gets away from Moore as a hand pass comes over there. The wrong man picked up by Shaw. There we see Wearmouth, well tackled by Littledale. Whiteman doesn't hesitate, goes for a hand pass. Out there to Wood. Wood goes for a left footer up there towards the full forward position. Magro in position, takes a good mark in between full-back and centre-half back.
Magro going towards the member stand wing, looking for Woolnough. He's got two Richmond opponents, gets flattened by Mark Lee, and he would have got a free kick anyway. Gutsy mark for Woolnough, and I think he's got a 15-metre penalty. He has, says umpire Robinson, and now it's play on. Over the top was Straw. Back to Kane. Kane into the centre. Wakeman doesn't bounce too well for him, but he backs up well at the second attempt. Too fast for Tony Shaw. Pass to Bartlett, and a good one. Bartlett at right half forward. 4 goals to his credit. 4 to him, 4 to David Clay. As we enter the time-on period of the third quarter, Bartlett's kick. Adjacent to the 10-metre square, looking for Jess. Rollins off the top and has missed it, I think. Yes, only 1 point. Crowd coming to life again, sensing maybe that the Magpies can get back into it. It's the final quarter of the 1980 VFL Grand Final. Richmond leading 107-48 as Mark Lee once again comes in to contest with Peter Moore. Lee having the best of Moore so far today. Moore gets that one down to Dacos, the Collingwood centre man, looking for a hand pass to Woolnough, who's ahead of Welsh. Woolnough and Welsh battling it out near the boundary line. Welsh winning out to Malthouse, who's been one of Richmond's best 3 players. Michael Malthouse, short pass to Jess, not a good one. Rollings is there, loses sight of the ball actually, and this allows Young to pick it up. Tony Shaw sees it not bouncing too kindly for him. Kevin Morris is there, putting his head down was Young, tries to go through, not really successful, and umpire Della has decided to ball it up at the point of the centre square. Approximate crowd today, 115,000. Moore on his own. No rover there, though. Dacos does the roving and gets it to Byrne. Ray Byrne for Collingwood, streaming forward to the centre-half forward line for the Magpies. Stewart flies, couldn't take the mark. Wood to Terry Smith. Long kick by Smith down towards the half-forward line. Bartlett and Moore. Out it comes towards McCormack from Young. McCormack looking for a hand pass. It goes to Wakeman. Back and turn the chest. Running into an open goal. Another one to the Tigers. And Richmond going further ahead. That's his first goal. But he has been a good player for Richmond all day. And the scores, Collingwood, 5 goals. 16 behind. 5 goals, 18, 48 points. Richmond, 16, 17, 113. Is it right in the back pocket? Plenty of distance with that kick, looking for Rains. Lee's there. Welsh to Rains again. Richmond centre man streaming forward. Down the flank, he'll look for Jess. Jess, short pass. Bartlett out of position on that occasion. McCormack taking the mark. Looks for Magro. Jess can't stop him. Stewart in turnover to Young. They get the Magpies out of danger, but Malthouse is in the way on centre wing. Michael Malthouse, a model of consistency in the finals, and especially today. Francis Burke. Dacos is in front of Wiley. Wiley might have got a push in the back there, but the umpire says no. Play on. Wakeman, good game from him too. Wakeman goes for the long kick at goals. McCormack's there. It's too long for him and through for one behind. One of Richmond's best players, Wakeman. Richmond 16-20, 116 to Collingwood 5-19, 49. Lee, big fist to the ball, looks for Bartlett. Has he found him? Doesn't bounce too well. Now it bounces up into his arms. Bartlett, unselfish to Rollins. Rollins fires at the goals, and that's another one for Richmond. Good play by Bartlett. Good play initially by Lee with that big punch, and that's his first goal.
And bounce again. Mark Lee's got the chance to tap it into Rains. Rains picks it up nicely. A hand pass over to Kane, and the Tigers are away again. Up there towards full forward. At the back is Roach. Cloak's there too. Knocked away by the Collingwood defence. Picked up by Magro. A short one and a mark taken there by Young. A hand pass coming back there to Magro. Goes for a wide pass out there on the wing position. And well grabbed that time by Woolno. My God, it's going to be very hard to pick three good Collingwood players. I'll tell you that now. Oh, look at Billy Picken jumping up before he accepts Malthouse once again. A hand pass to Strawn, a long one over there to Wiley. He's away. Goes for a pass to Bartlett. He's got it. Bartlett at centre half forward. And I'll tell you what, this fellow hasn't been a bad percentage player either. Kicked by Bartlett. It's a long one towards the goals. Cloak flying. He's got the mark. And Cloak's already kicked 4 goals. Going for goal number 5. And he should just about get this one. He's only about 2 or 3 metres out from goal, on a bit of an angle, but it shouldn't worry him at all. David Cloak coming in for goal number 5. And that's where it is, right through the middle.
Well, 5 goals to David Cloak, Lou, but he certainly could have had a lot more. From memory, he's missed at least 3 from the 10-metre square.
Kane goes down, but manages to get the ball backwards, but finally picked up by Carlton. A good pass out there to Steele, but he slipped over. Finally, it's back there to little Tony Shaw, a short one. Punched away by Billy Picken, but backing up, there's Malthouse, goes straight into King. Here's a go now for Collingwood to score a goal as Wearmouth goes for a long hand pass to Moore. He can't miss this one for sure. And the crowd give the ironical cheers to Collingwood. 6 goals, 19 they are. 6 goals, 19, 55 points to Richmond's 18 goals, 20, 128 points. Out of bounds, out there on that Collingwood half-forward line. 12.5 minutes gone of the last quarter. Lee got the ball down, picked up by Francis Burke. The ball shot back there to Jess, and a good mark out there on the centre wing position. Richmond 128 points to Collingwood 57. Jess with a long kick looking there for Roach and Cloak. Oh, Bartlett again has a chance for a goal. Number 5, I think he's done it. Yes, he has the little chance. No doubt about him. That's 5 goals to Bartlett. And that is 19 for the series. Not a bad sort of an effort.
5 goals to Bartlett and 5 to Cloak. They're the Richmond match winners up forward. Wearmouth playing on, looking for the long hand pass. Tony Shaw's there. Welsh tackling well. Kink going through. Welsh is still there with him. Kink had to get rid of the ball in a hurry. Kane over to Lee. And great job from the big ruckman today. Close to best on the ground. Rains. Rains is at right half forward now. Decides to go back and take his kick because Byrne was standing on the mark. He couldn't get away. Jeff Rains kicks the ball long as usual. Cloak the high flyer. Cloak has got 6 goals. Or has he got 5? He's got 5 goals and a chance to make it 6.
Big chance to make it 6, I think, Peter.
Even David Cloak couldn't miss it from there. He missed a couple of early ones, didn't he, Bob, from just on the 10-metre square. And that's the shot as David Cloak comes in for it. 10 metres out, almost into our camera lens. All clear, says the goal umpire, and Richmond go further ahead. 6 goals to David Cloak, and Kevin Bartlett has kicked 5. What a magnificent effort from those 2 Richmond forwards. 20-20 to Richmond, and Collingwood 6 goals, 21. Rollings tries to knock it on, not successful. Kevin Morris for Collingwood picks up the rebound. Half forward for the Magpies it comes. Picken tries to mark, not successful there. Shaw out towards Wearmouth. In comes Picken again. Short kick looking for Olsen. Monteith was there and has given away a free kick. And Russell Olsen, 35 metres out, has a chance to register a Collingwood score, although Olsen has missed a couple from a similar distance out. Hasn't scored a goal. I don't know about that kick either. We'll wait for the goal umpire. It might be there. It is. So Olsen bringing up his first goal, a belated one for the Magpies, to take their total to 7 goals, 21, 63 points. Richmond 20-20, 140 points. 18 minutes gone in the final term. Rains to Wiley as the Tigers try and get it out of the centre. Back to Terry Smith. It comes from Rains. A long kick by Smith up towards Cloak again. Couldn't take it. Roach is there. Gives it to Bartlett. Bartlett 2 metres out, running in for another one to Richmond. And that is Bartlett's 6th goal. Can Bartlett level the record of goals in a grand final? Can David Cloak do it? They've got plenty of time because it's only 18 minutes gone.
As the coach of the Collingwood side, with all these co-selectors, and there we see Tony Jewell. He must be a very happy man, even though he doesn't show it very much.
Knocked down by Lee, taken by Peter Moore, who's had one of the quietest days in memory for him. Low in front of Wood. And that's Kevin Morris. Vice-captain to captain, Collingwood skipper Ray Shaw. He's on centre wing. Short passes downfield and Picken takes the mark. He's been the only effective forward they've really had all day, and he wasn't playing there all day. Starting at centre half back, of course. Oh, upsy-daisy. Francis Burke got offloaded there. It didn't matter. Streaming forward, though, is Davis. He has a shot at goal and has put it through for a goal to Collingwood. 2 goals to Craig Davis, adding a little bit of respectability to the Collingwood total. 146 plays 77, and we are entering the time-on period. In fact, we're 26 minutes into the last quarter of the 1980 Grand Final.
Knocked out by Lee, grabbed by Moore, a long hand pass over there towards Shaw. Shaw's grabbed, gets a hurried kick down there towards that centre half forward, just over the centre half forward position. But a good mark there to Smith. He's done a great job, this fellow. Probably had the least number of kicks for the Richmond team, but he certainly stuck close to Kink, one of the Collingwood trumps, and kept him out of business all day. There's Freem coming on the ground. They're giving him all a run. Now out it is to Bartlett. Bartlett and Magro having a battle there, but it's Bartlett getting around Magro. Look at the little champ go. Coming around the boundary line, going for goal number 7. What's the result? It is. He's equal the record. Well, there he is. The little champ himself, the Hosey, is equal the record of 7 goals in the grand final. A magnificent performance.
Olsen for Collingwood. Mervyn Kane. Kane goes for a pass, looking out there for Monteith, who's made good position. There's no one near him. A short pass. Wiley will get it to Bartlett to break the record. No, he doesn't. Unselfish play, and he has put it through for another one to Richmond. Look at the smile on Robert Wiley's face. That's his 3rd goal. Richmond now 23 goals, 20 to Collingwood. 9 goals, 23. 33 3/4 minutes gone in the final quarter. Malthouse now from full-back. Upfield, taken by Mervyn Kane. Long kick by Kane. There's the siren. Richmond have won their first premiership since 1974. Kevin Bartlett equaling the record of number of goals kicked in a grand final, and Tony Jewell, the Richmond coach, being congratulated by his team. Are the Richmond players happy? We'll check the final scores in the 1980 Grand Final. Richmond 23 goals, 21, 159 points. Defeated Collingwood by the biggest ever margin in a Grand Final, 9-24-78.
For Bruce Monteith, because
no worries about that, Bob.
He did not think he'd be playing just a few weeks ago.
Well, the Richmond selectors, or the Richmond coach, saw it fitting to sit him on the ground before it was over, so that he'd have the honour of accepting the cup and leading his team around. There he is going around the ground with the cup and showing the Richmond supporters. Every Richmond player's having a touch of that cup, and they're all taking turns because it's the proudest moment of their football lives, and most of those boys in that side. Well, the final scores, Richmond 23-21, 159 have won the grand final for 1980 to Collingwood 9-24-78.
Well, you've just seen history created, because Richmond put up the largest winning margin in the history of football at the expense of Collingwood. And previously you saw Collingwood defeated by 1 kick in the 1979 Grand Final, that time by Carlton. But as we Collingwood supporters say, wait till next year, next year, next year, next year. See you around next year.